Om Shanti, 10th of March 2025. Morning Murli. Om Shanti, Babdada Madhuban. Essence, sweet children, you have to study and teach human beings this education for becoming deities. Show everyone the path to the land of peace and the land of happiness. Question: what are the signs of Satopradhan effort makers? Answer: they make others equal to themselves. They continue to benefit many. They fill their aprons with the wealth of this knowledge and donate it. They claim the inheritance for 21 births and also enable others to claim it. Song: Salutation to Shiva. Om Shanti. You are sitting directly in front of the one who the devotees praise. Therefore, you should have so much happiness. You say to him, salutations to Shiva. However, you don't have to pay him homage. Children remember their father. They don't pay homage to him. That one is also the father. You receive the inheritance from him. You don't pay homage to him. You remember him. The soul in the body remembers him. The father has homage to him. The Father has taken this body on loan. He shows us the way to claim the unlimited inheritance from the Father. You also know very well that the Golden Age is a land of happiness and that the place where the soul resides is called the land of peace. It is in your intellects. We are residents of the land of peace. This Iron Age is definitely called a land of sorrow. You know that we souls are now starting to go to heaven, to become deities from human beings. Lakshmi and Narayan are deities. You have to become deities from human beings for that new world. You are studying with the Father. Each one studies to a different extent. The efforts some of you make are very intense, whereas the efforts of others are slack. Those who are Satopradhan effort makers enable others to make effort number-wise in order to make themselves equal to themselves. They bring benefit to many. To the extent that you fill your aprons with this wealth and donate it, so there will accordingly be that much benefit. Human beings make the donations. Then, in their next birth, they receive the return of that for a short time. In that too, there is a little happiness and the rest is sorrow and only sorrow. You, however, receive the happiness of heaven for 21 births. Look how different the happiness of heaven is from the sorrow. You receive unlimited happiness in heaven from the unlimited Father. People donate money and perform acts of charity in the name of God. That is indirect. You are now directly in front of Him. The Father now sits here and explains. On the path of devotion, if donations and charity are carried out by people in the name of God, they then receive the return of that in their next birth. If someone does something good, he receives a good return. If someone does something bad or commit sin, etc., he receives the return of that accordingly. Here in the Iron Age, sins continue to be committed. Charity is not performed at all. At the most, happiness is received temporarily. However, you become constantly happy for your future 21 births in the Golden Age. Its name is the land of happiness. You can write in the exhibitions that this is the path to the land of peace and the land of happiness. This is an easy path to go to the land of peace and the land of happiness. It is now the Iron Age. This is an easy road for going from the Iron Age to the Golden Age, going from the impure world to the pure world without spending a shell. Human beings will then understand because they have stone intellects. The Father makes it very easy for you to explain to them. Its name, after all, is Easy Raj Yoga, easy knowledge. The Father makes you children so sensible. Lakshmi and Narayan are sensible. Many things have been written about Sri Krishna, but they are false allegations. Sri Krishna said, "Ma, I didn't eat the butter." They don't even understand the meaning of "I didn't eat the butter." Then who did? A child is fed milk. Would a child eat butter or would he drink milk? All of those things that have portrayed, such as breaking the butter pot, etc. There is no such thing. He is, after all, the first prince of heaven. Praise is only of one Shiv Baba. No one else in the world is praised. At this time, everyone is impure, but there is also praise of the path of devotion. The rosary of devotees is remembered. Among the females, Meera is famous. Among the males, mainly Narad has been remembered. You know that one is the rosary of devotees and that the other one is the rosary of this knowledge. From the rosary of devotees, they become part of the rosary of Rudra. Then the rosary of Vishnu is created from the rosary of Rudra. The rosary of Rudra is of the confluence age. This secret is in the intellects of you children. The Father sits directly in front of you and explains all of these things. When you sit directly in front of Baba, you should have goose pimples. Oh, my hundredfold fortune from being 100% fortunate. We become 100 times fortunate. Kumaris have not experienced the sword of lust. The Father says that is the sword of lust. This knowledge is also called a sword. The Father has said, weapons of this knowledge have been shown the goddess as physical weapons. Those are violent things. Human beings don't know what the discourse of self-realization is. By portraying Sri Krishna in the scriptures with the discourse of self-realization, they have shown violence and only violence. In fact, it is a matter of this knowledge. You have now become spinners of the discourse of self-realization. They have shown that as things of violence. You children have now received knowledge of yourself, that is, of the cycle. Baba says you are the mouth-born children of Brahma, the decoration of the Brahmin clan, and spinner of the discourse of self-realization. Only you understand the meaning of this. You have this knowledge of 84 births and the world cycle. Initially, in the Golden Age, there is the Sun Dynasty religion, then the Moon Dynasty. Both of them together are called heaven. Amongst you, all of these things are number-wise in each one's intellect. Baba has taught you and you have studied and become clever. In the same way, you now have to bring benefit to others. You have to become spinners of the discus of self realization until you become the mouth born progeny of Brahma. How can you claim the inheritance from Shiv Baba? You can now become Brahmins. You shouldn't forget that you are claiming the inheritance from Shiv Baba. Note down these points. This ladder is of 84 birds. It is easy to come down a ladder. When they climb stairs, look how they climb with one hand pressed and their back at the waist. However, there is also a lift. Baba now comes to give you a lift. The ascending stage is attained in a second. You children should have the happiness that it is now our ascending stage. We have found our most beloved Baba. There can be nothing as lovely as he is. Sages and sannyasis, etc. Whoever they all remember the one beloved. All are his lovers. But who is he? They understand nothing of this. They just say he is omnipresent. You know that Shiv Baba is nothing teaching us through this one. Shiv Baba doesn't have a body of his own. He is the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Soul means God, whose name is Shiva. Each soul has a separate name for his body. There is only the one Supreme Soul who is called Shiva. Human beings have given him many different names. They have built a variety of temples to him. You now understand the meaning of that. In Bombay, there is a temple to Babulnath, the Lord of Throne. At this time, he changes you into flowers from thrones. You become the master of the world. So the first main and thing is the Father of Soul is one. It is only from his that the people of Bharat receive this inheritance. Lakshmi and Narayan are the master of Bharat. They are not from China. If they were from China, their features would be different. They belong to Bharat. Initially, souls are beautiful and then they become ugly. Alloy is mixed into souls. They become ugly. The example is about them. The buzzing moth changes an ant and makes it equal itself. What do sannyasis change? They make those who wear white clothes wear saffron clothes and shave their hands. You, however, take this knowledge. You will become as beautiful as Lakshmi and Narayan. Even nature is now Sato Pradhan. This earth is also Sato Pradhan. It causes damage. There are storms in the sky. They cause so much damage. Calamities and upheavals continue to take place. In this world now, there is supreme sorrow. There will be supreme happiness. The Father takes you from supreme sorrow to supreme happiness. Destruction of this world takes place and then everything becomes Sato Pradhan. Now make effort and climb as much of the inheritance as you want to claim from the Father. Otherwise, you will have to repent at the end. Baba come, but we didn't do anything. It is written, when the high stake is set ablaze, they will wake up from the sleep of Kumbhakarna. They will then carry out in despair and die. After the carries of despair, there will be carries of victory. There is despair in the Iron Age. They continue to kill each other. Many will die. After the Iron Age, it will then definitely be the Golden Age. Between them, there is this confluence age. This is called the auspicious confluence age. The Father shows you a good way to become Sato Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan. He says, just remember me. You are not to do anything else. You children don't even need to bow your heads, etc. Now, if someone puts his palms together in front of Baba, Baba says, neither do you, a soul, have hands, nor does the Father. So to whom are you putting your palms together? There shouldn't be a signal sign of the iron-edged path of devotion. O soul, why do you put your palms together? Just remember me, the Father. Remembrance does not mean putting your palms together. Human beings will even put their palms together to the sun. Some will also put their palms together to a Mahatma. You don't need to put your palms together. This is the body that I have taken on loan. If someone puts his palms together to you, you have to put your palms together to him in return. You have to understand this. I am a soul. I have to become free from the bondage of this body. We are now to return home. It is as though there is distaste for this body. This old body has to be discarded just like in the example of snake. Even a buzzing moth has enough sense to make ants into buzzing moths. You children have to remove those who are floundering in the ocean of vices and take them into the ocean of milk. The Father now says, let's go to the land of peace. Human beings beat their hands so much for peace. Sannyasis don't receive the liberation in life of heaven. Yes, they do receive liberation. They are freed from sorrow and go and seek the land of peace. Souls initially go down to liberation in life. Then, later on, they enter lives of bondage. Souls are Sato Pradhan and then they come down the ladder. At first, they experience happiness. Then, while descending, they have to become Sato Pradhan. Now, once again, the Father has come to take everyone back home. The Father says, remember me and you will become pure. The Father has explained, when human beings leave their bodies, they suffer a great deal of difficulty because they have to experience punishment. For example, they sacrifice themselves on the sword at Kasi because they have heard that by sacrificing oneself to Shiva, one receives liberation. You sacrifice yourselves now. So, these aspects then also continue on the path of devotion. They go and sacrifice themselves to Shiva. The Father now explains no one can return to that home. Yes, they do sacrifice themselves such that their sins are cut away. Then their accounts begin again anew. You now know this world cycle. At this time, it is everyone's descending stage. The Father says, I come and bestow salvation on everyone. I take everyone home. However, I wouldn't take anyone impure back with me. Therefore, you become pure, so that your lamp can be ignited. At the time of wedding, they ignite a light in a pot and place it on the head of the bride. This custom only exists in Bharat. It is not lit and placed on the head of the groom because it is said of the husband that he is a god. How would you then ignite a light on God? The father explains, my light is already ignited. I ignite your light. The Father is also called the light. The people of Abram Samaji's beliefs in the light. A flames is kept constantly lit. They only remember that, they only consider that to be God, otherwise, then think that each little light will merge into the big light. There are so many opinions. The Father says, your religion is one that gives so much happiness. In heaven, you see a lot of happiness. In the new world, you become deities. Your study is definitely for the new world. All other studies are for here. Here you have to study and attain a status for the future. In the Gita, too, Raja Yoga was taught. Then at the end, there was a war and nothing was left. A dog is shown with the Pandavas. Now the father says, I make you into gods and goddesses. Here there are human beings who causes many different types of sorrow. By using the sword of lust, one experiences so much sorrow. So you children should now have the happiness that the unlimited Father, the ocean of knowledge, is teaching us. He is the most beloved of all beloveds. We lovers remembers him for half a cycle. You have continued to remember him. The Father says, now that I have come, follow my directions. Consider yourself to be souls and remember me, the Father and no one else. Without you have remembrance of me, your sins will not be burned away. Continue to ask the surgeon for advice about everything. Baba will advise you fulfill your responsibilities in this way. If you follow advice, you will receive multi-millions at every step. When you follow advice, your responsibility finishes. Acha, you, the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says, Namaste to you, spiritual children. Essence for Dharana. First, in order to claim your inheritance of unlimited happiness from the unlimited Father, make donations and perform charity in the name of God directly. Fill your abron with the wealth of this knowledge and donate it to everyone. Second, at this auspicious confluence age, liberate yourself from all bondage and become liberate in life. Be like a bushing moth and do the service of making others equal to yourself. Blessing. May you constantly be powerful by experiencing all attainments and so become an embodiment of success. Those who are images of all attainments are powerful. Only such powerful souls who experience all attainments can become embodiments of success. Souls of the world are now wondering where the souls are who are master, bestower of happiness and peace. When you have a stock of all powers, you will be able to make everyone content. Nowadays, you are able to obtain everything from one store, so you have to become the same. Let it not be that someone has the power to tolerate but not the power to face. You need to have a stock of all the powers, for only then will you be able to become an embodiment of success. Slogan. The codes of contact are the steps of Brahmin life. To place your steps in the Father's steps means to move closer to your destination. Awake signal adopt the culture of truth and good manners. Nowadays, some children speak a special language. They say that they can't bear to see or hear anything false. That is why, when they see or hear something untrue, they become very forceful. However, if the other person is false, but you become forceful on saying that falseness, then your force is too is untrue. In order to finish any type of falsehood, imbibe the power of truth within yourself. Om Shanti.